Welcome to the video on master production schedule. In this video, we will look at an example of how to create the MPS record. In this example, we have taken item XYZ. We have been given that the minimum order quantity to be manufactured is 60 units at one shot, and the lead time to manufacture the item is 2 weeks. We have also been given that the beginning inventory, that is inventory before week 1, is 35 units. Now we have week 1 till week 8, and we have been given the forecast for the item and the customer orders booked for the item. And we need to put together the MPS plan. So what that means is, when is the MPS quantity required to be received by this manufacturing unit, and in order to do that, when does the company require to start the production. So let's first identify the projected on-hand quantity for each of these weeks. So let's look at the formula for calculating projected on-hand quantity. So the formula for finding out the projected on-hand inventory at the end of a period is on-hand inventory in the last period. That is, what was the on-hand inventory when you started this current period, plus the MPS quantity due this period. That means what is the MPS quantity that you are going to receive in this period, minus the projected requirements in this period. So this is nothing but you have this supply, inventory and MPS, and from that supply you are reducing your demand, which is projected requirement in this period. So now with this formula, let us try to find out the projected on-hand quantity available for each of these weeks. So let's take week 1. So for week 1, the on-hand inventory in last period is 35. So this becomes 35 plus MPS quantity due this period, which is 0. So there is nothing we are receiving, minus the projected requirements this period. So as we have seen in the fundamentals of MPS, we will take the larger of the forecast and customer orders booked in order to avoid shortage. So we will take 17 in this case. So this becomes 35 plus 0 minus 17, and this equals to 18. So 18 is the ending inventory for week 1. Now let's go to week 2. So for week 2, we will have on-hand inventory in last period is 18 plus MPS quantity due this period is 0 minus the demand, which is greater than or 2, which is 16. So this becomes 2. So here we mention 2. Now week 3, so 2 plus 0 minus 25. So this becomes minus 23. So minus 23, here minus indicates that there is a shortage, so we are not able to meet the demand. So what this means is that we have to increase our supply. So what this means is that we need to receive an MPS quantity in this week in order to meet the demand. Now the minimum quantity required to be manufactured as per the order policy is 60 units. So let's take 60 as the MPS quantity to be received in week 3. Now if we have to receive these 60 units in week 3, we need to start manufacturing it 2 weeks ahead of time. So if we have to receive the quantity in week 3, we need to start manufacturing this 2 weeks ahead of time, as we have been given that the lead time is 2 weeks. So 2 weeks prior to week 3 is week 1. That means we have to start manufacturing 60 in week 1. Now let's again calculate the projected on hand inventory for week 3. So we have the inventory from previous period is 2 plus MPS is 60 minus 25. So this becomes 37. So the projected inventory at the end of week 3 is 37. Now let's go to week 4. So 37 plus 0 minus 25. So this becomes 12. So here we write 12. Now for week 5, 12 plus 0 minus, so here the demand is 20. 20 is the larger of the two. So 20, and this becomes minus 8. So again, minus sign indicates that there is a shortage. That means we need to get an MPS quantity here. So this becomes 60, and we need to manufacture this 2 weeks prior. So we need to start manufacturing in week 3. Now again, let's calculate the projected on hand for week 5. So 12 plus 60 minus 20. So this is 72 minus 20, which is 52. So 52 comes here. Now for week 6, 52 plus 0 minus 27. So this becomes 25. So 25 here. Now again for week 7, 25 plus 0 minus 30. So this becomes minus 5. Now again, this is a shortage here. So we need to get MPS quantity here, and we need to start manufacturing 2 weeks prior. Now again, let's calculate for week 7. So 25 is the ending inventory for week 6 plus 60 minus 30. So this becomes 85 minus 30, which is 55. So 55 is the ending inventory for week 7, and week 8 is 55 plus 0 minus 35. So this becomes 20 units. So 20 comes here. So this is the MPS plan for item XYZ from week 1 through week 8, and as per this plan we have to start manufacturing 60 units in week 1, 60 units in week 3, and 60 units in week 5.